Comet. There. Now let's undo this main harness. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Whatever. Let's see what we can do for unraveling this. This looks like it's probably the part that goes inside the dash. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we've got a giant firewall grommet. We've got, what's this wire? Fuel pump. Okay, I got a fuel pump feed wire right here. That's good. CAN bus. Not really going to need that because I got a digital dash, which I don't want. So those are big connectors that plug into the Haltech. This one says inputs and outputs. Interesting. Okay, so I've got to feed it through from the firewall side. I wonder if I could bring the harness through right here, because this is a pretty good spot. I could also bring it through down here, but then it's going to be near the passenger's feet. I could bring it through over there where the old harness used to come through, but I think that's where my clutch master cylinder is going to end up, so I'm not going to do anything in that area. Transmission connector right here, that's not going to go to anything. Yeesh. AX25 Plus. What's an AX25 Plus? What are my instructions? So I've got the quick start guide. I got two different cartridges. This is the harness quick start guide. That's what I want. Oh, cool! I can just plug in my laptop and the unit will power up, and I can set the settings. Cool. Harness features. Yep. Okay. Tells me what the connectors are. Tell me what size hole to cut in my firewall, please. Ignition switch pink wire. Oh, that's this one. Okay. Fair enough. Alternator wiring. It is a Bosch alternator, I believe. Or is it a 4-pin Delco? I thought it said Bosch on it. Alright, we are a 2-pin Bosch. Alright, cool. Fuel injector breakout. Okay, so yeah, I can plug in my injectors. Why don't I go ahead and do that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe I should look that up real quick. I put my injectors in wrong. I believe it's 1 through 4 on the left and 5 through 8 on the right. Well, it's a darn good thing I looked that up. You know, I looked this up before and I knew, but I just don't remember these things. This is my first V8, you know, really. I had one when I was 16, but I didn't do anything other than drive it. Anyways, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So even over here, odd over there. I believe this is EV6. So this should be the right sub-harness for these. I don't know. When I go to plug it in, I'll know real fast if it's not the right one. Just warning me that I'm violating emission standards everywhere, except that this is a 61, so ha, no emissions for me. Injector 8, so that'll be the farthest one back. Now I want to feed this through in some way that's going to look... Would you like to see what I'm working on? Maybe I can come up from the side. Clean your workspace. No, I don't want to. ADD as it is. Okay, so this is injector 2. Let's try plugging that in. Those injector plugs don't fit. 6-pin drive-by-wire adapter. No, I think that this is probably the right connector. No, I don't know. Nope, I don't need this adapter. Alright. Something, I don't know, I need a different one maybe. Oh, okay, so far my drive-by-wire doesn't fit. my injector plug fit. 2-pin Bosch alternator. Well, at least I got this. They gave me all the different possible Bosch alternator connectors. Does this fit? Yes. There we go. So there's a Bosch alternator connector. That'll go down through the injector valley too. These are not EV6 injectors. What the hell are they? I have the original injector harness, I believe, so I should be able to just splice the heck out of these, get around this problem. Alright, so I do not have the injector plugs. So my plug and play harness, not so much. It came with 2 different plugs for my drive-by-wire throttle. Neither of them fit. So I gotta get the right one for this drive-by-wire throttle apparently. Injectors, these are apparently Haltech injector plugs, and I'm an idiot. If you have this number on your injectors, 253-17628, yeah, don't bother having them cleaned. They're 25-pound injectors. Absolutely freaking worthless. The horsepower calculator is saying to make maybe 200 horsepower on those injectors. What the... Man... So I wasted $200 having those cleaned. That's wonderful. I should have spent the $300 or $400 to buy the aftermarket like 50-pound injectors. Maybe even bigger than that, really. I don't know. According to horsepower calculators, that'd only get me to 400 barely. So, anyways, so that's a snafu. What else? Let's see. My knock sensors. I have knock odd and knock even. Well, that's wonderful since I have this connector that wants to just, you know, I've got one connector and it looks like that. I don't know. Maybe that'll plug in. I'm just so frustrated right now. No. I don't know. I've only got one knock sensor harness coming out of there though, so that's not gonna fit. Knock sensor is not that important to me though, so I can live without it. Let's see. The correct harness adapter for these injectors is $135. Yeah, if they were the right size injectors, I mean, maybe, but I'd probably just buy the right plugs on Amazon and redo these. But since they're way too small of injectors, I literally wasted $200 cleaning them. That was wonderful. Let's see what else. I've got the right connector for my freaking alternator. Yay, that. Cam it looks like my oil pressure sensor is the right plug. Cam and crank probably are fine. Gosh. The throttle pedal's gonna be fine, but without, you know, injectors, I'm not going to be starting it this weekend. What else? What else? Disaster. Yeah, I think that's it. It sent me a bunch of connectors I didn't need and not a bunch of connectors that I do need, so I'm just so thrilled. I don't know if I'm supposed to pull the intake back off and plug these straight into my knock sensors. I don't really want to pull my intake back off. I guess we can put in the tank this weekend. There's that. And, you know, I've got other little things I can work on, but we're not starting the car this weekend or anytime soon because I got to come up with a bunch more money for injectors since I blew through all the money that I did have. Oh well. I've decided where to put the hole in the firewall for the main harness Comet. So I just have to get my body up there so that I can put some weight into this drilling. So I'll try not to block the view too much, but it'll be what it'll be. Okay. Well, about a thumb's width from that bolt, just about right there. Ta-da! Oh, that bite's good. Didn't think it was cutting at all, and just suddenly it's through. Anyways, there's that. And based on the direction that this is pointing, it goes that way or if it goes this way, but I'll make sure I get it in there right. You can watch me feed it through this hole. Oh, got a lot of wires to get through. Gonna need one. Oh, now I'm probably going to need some soap to get that thing to sit in the firewall like that. Alright, I got dish soap all over that rubber grommet. Let's see if I can pull her through now. A little bit large of a screwdriver, you know. Alrighty, it's in. It's seated. Cool. There we go. Firewall grommet installed. So the shortest wire is the transmission, which probably won't be hooked up at all. Injectors. While the injectors don't match the harness, I'm going to get the right injectors. So that's plugged in now. Eventually I'll have the right injectors. All these wires are going to be way too long. Fuel pressure. I do not have a fuel pressure sender. So that'll be another time. It's probably my fan or the auxiliary. This one will be the fan. Okay, so we've got knock even. I'm going to order the adapter to adapt these two knock sensors to the one coming out of there. And this is the crank sensor. Crank sensor's under the starter, so these can just go back here. This is my oxygen sensor. I don't even need to read that, I can recognize it. Okay. This one is ignition even, cylinder head ground, and map sensor. Map sensor's here. I tried to plug this in before and it didn't want to see. There we go. Now it's seated. So there's a map sensor. Ignition even. And cylinder head ground. You can just hook that up right there or something, but way too long of a map sensor wire. I may get new pins to crimp on, pull these pins out, shorten the harness. Oh, but that's long after I've got it running. Next, okay. So this is the last harness, and it's got lots of connectors. So this one's going to go over to the other side, I'm sure of it. So we've got pressure, which is back here, and I can just plug it into the factory sensor. I guess it's going to read it and give me all the details. And I guess I can use an oil light trigger off of this. There we go, oil pressure plugged in. Next we've got ignition odd. I'm going to go to this fender as well. This is my throttle body. I really should have had it on that side, but once I have the adapter, it'll be just a little bit, ow. Anyways, yeah, when I have the adapter, it'll reach around nicely, plug in right there. So that's that. Another cylinder head ground, okay. I'll probably put this one on the back, honestly. It is a cam sensor, and it's got 2 wires that have to be pushed in and locked down, so I guess I have to find details on how to wire that. Alternator, that's easy enough. Already got the adapter harness in there. Oh, I guess you could call that a 1-wire alternator. 1 wire to drive it. Although, when they say 1-wire alternator, they mean only the battery cable. Coolant temp. That actually goes in the head right here. I don't have one yet because it was broken off when I got the engine, so I'll get that later. Air temp. They included an air temp sensor. It's got to go in my air trek. It's going to go here, air filter or something like that. And knock odd, so that's going to go to my other side of my adapter for the knock sensors. So what can be hooked to the engine is, coil packs. I'm not going to do those until after I've got the headers done anyways. So yeah, not too bad. Map sensor, which is right here, is actually going to go back here. Yeah, right there. So I've just got to figure out what order to put those in. Let's see if that's included in my quick start guide. So it was 506, 186506 is the adapter I needed for the 8-pin drive-by-wire throttle body, and 186508 is the knock sensor adapter. EV6 Multec 2. So my injectors are Multec 2. So 186503 is the injector harness I needed, and it's the one they didn't include. I guess I didn't include the EV ones either, which would have been pointless. But yeah, I needed the Multec 2. But EV6 is better because when I replace these with the right size right flow rate injectors, they're not going to be Multec. Lambda sensor, knock sensors. Where are you talking about the map sensor? Oh, there it is, map sensor. Map sensor. If you're using a Gen 4 map sensor, adapter harness, okay, I'm using Gen 3. But why are my pins not fully populated? Alright guys, so now we're doing the inside. This is really easy. I got the obvious connector, this is the big one. So that goes here. There we go. And this one is labeled APP. I don't know. Probably for the digital dash or something. If not, the CAN bus one going to the digital dash. Anyways, we got this one. And we've got this one. So, let's see. Which one of you is which? No. Yep. Okay. So that must be the right spot for that one. Which leaves this one. There we go. Click. There's that. So, I'm going to put the Wi-Fi antenna in. This is the one that said app. We also have this. So we got outputs, inputs. I didn't get plugs to plug into these, so that's kind of annoying. But this is my ignition switch. I haven't put any of the new wiring in this car yet, so this is the first piece of new wiring to come in the car. But yeah, this would go over to whatever I end up using as my ignition, because I want to do a push button start on this eventually. But yeah. There we go. Give that some 12 volt power and it'll know the car's on. These wires will get tucked up, obviously. Probably moved way out of the way before I start welding the new transmission tunnel in. Anyways, so because we don't have the right injector plugs, I'm going to go ahead and get the right injectors since I found out mine are too small. So until we get those, I can't start the car. I also needed to order the plug for the throttle body, the throttle position, the drive-by-wire throttle body. The plug that I had, they didn't send the right adapter. So I had to order that. Who knows when it'll be here, hopefully before next weekend so that we can start it next weekend. But we still got the tank. I'll work on that tomorrow. Maybe we'll even run a fuel line, but we're definitely not starting it this weekend as much as I would have loved to.